Good morning, everybody, and welcome back again to John Can, You Can. And it is the first weekend of the new year, so I want to wish everyone a very, very fruitful and successful 2024, and that you have a lot of fun camping or doing whatever you enjoy. Here on my table, I have a lot of stuff. These are all parts that I'm going to need to affix my solar panels to the roof. So I had to paint them all. And you can see out over here, that's my diesel container for my diesel heater. That's the diesel fuel that's going to hang on the outside of my camper. I'm getting it next week sometime. I'm hoping. It's coming from Canada, so it's quite a ways away, but I'm really excited to get it. I painted all these parts. In the meantime, they're all aluminum, and those I'm going to use to attach the roof. And here we have some more aluminum parts that I painted, and I showed you this previously, the step up for my truck so I can get into the camper. And ahead, whoop, my refrigerator's right over there, my fridge. And that is going to be the wind deflector that I painted gray to match everything. Back here in the background, you can see it. Yeah, there in the background. And there's the sink. The sink is back there. So that I'm going to put in this hole. So I decided to make a little platform, which is going to be a shelf, that's going to sit on brackets that fold down for my sink. And the sink will go, of course, in this area here. I'll show you what that would look like in a second. I have to paint this. I just finished sanding it off, all the corners, and I just cut a piece of 3/8 plywood, and I put a border around it with just a 1x2 pine material, and nailed it and glued it in with finishing nails, and have my hole set for the bottom of this sink, which I'll show you now. Okay, so let's just kind of walk over here and get it real quick. I don't like making long videos because, one, they're boring, and two, you may already be tired of looking at this. Okay, so here's the bottom of the sink. This came with one of those wash basin sinks they make that has a pump on it, so I just took it all apart, and this center hole is where the water will drain out, and these were where the legs were attached. So, but let's turn it over the right way. If it's right in the hole where it should, based on my, you can see it's right on the edge of the framework that I put together. It fits nicely on that frame. And over here is going to be my new little stove unit. It's one of those new fancy ones where you just put a pan on it. I'm trying to remember the name, and it's not coming to me right now, but that's okay. I think it's called New Age, and it's the gold model. But it's going to be right here. It's like a ceramic style of stove, and it'll fit right in this area, so it'll be right next to the sink. And the sink has these 4 holes here, but that's so you can fix the spout wherever you wanted to put it. But I'm gonna have the spout in this corner because as I stand here, this is where my sink would be, on the right rear of my new camper coming. And that's where I'm going to affix it. And then I'm going to put a flex hose here that runs down this way, down through a cabinet top and into a cabinet below, where I'm going to have fresh water and gray water collection for my sink. And I'll have control of it because I took the pump out, and I'm going to, pump it up. But all that'll fit underneath, and you won't see it. So it's going to be pretty cool when it's done. And I put 4 holes in here, and that match, of course, where these holes are located. You can kind of see, hey, look, there's a hole there. And oh my goodness, it matches up with the holes and everything. That's because I flipped it over and just, marked it. So no big deal. Okay, very simple, basic construction on this, except it's a really cool part because it's going to fold about 50% down, so it'll be out of the way as I walk in and out. But then I just click it up because I'm using those brackets that collapse and lock into place. So this is the start of it, and this is where the soap goes. The soap goes in here, and it's got a pump dispenser. So it's a pretty cool, I love the size of this sink. I like it at 22 inches. I didn't want a little tiny sink. I want to be able to wash stuff in here, wash my vegetables and stuff, and not have such a tiny sink that I can't get anything done. I hate those little, well, excuse me, I don't hate. I dislike greatly the little sinks because they are so tiny, and then you splash everywhere and you don't really have any control of what you're doing. You have to be so careful. This gives you a little more room, and you feel like you're almost in a normal sink doing your duties as a preparer, cooker, and outdoor person, having just a great time in this new year. Yes, 2024, baby. So that's it for right now. I'm going to paint it black because all the components of my Jeep are gray and black. You can see my gray and black Jeep in here, and I've got it all raised with its ready to go mud tires and such that are street worthy, and it's a Jeep Gladiator ready to rumble. And I have all my parts gray and black, so everything's going to match. And of course the camper's coming, and it's gray with black trim too, so really neat stuff. All right, so I'm going to paint this later. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, but now you see what it looks like before it is finished. And again, let me show you a little bit more about this. Now you saw the sink. Let's look at this piece. This is what it looks like. You saw the top. There's the top. Here's the sides. And here's what the bottom looks like, right? It's just got a hole cut out in it. Okay, but I'm going to put the reinforced pieces wherever the brackets end up being. There will be a piece across these areas, so it reinforces the base, and the brackets have a place to stand on. And then I'll drill holes in the top in the areas necessary wherever they happen to touch for those two brackets. So that has to be done after, but I wanted to get it all painted because I can make the hole and do touch up, but that way I'm ahead of it. I wanted to get ahead of all these things before the camper gets here, so there's less work because I am going out and exploring. All right, everybody, again, a great new year to everyone. Please subscribe. That would be really cool. I'd really appreciate that. And this is the base that the camper's gonna sit on right here, because I have one heck of a slope going down my driveway, and the only way to get it in is to lay it on this and bring it into the house and attach it to that 1,500-pound winch right there, and I'm just gonna crank it in to the garage because my garage is only 7 feet tall, and there's no way to change the complexity of the garage outside because there's just no room. The header's right there. I'm not doing all that, so I'll just roll it in on this, and it can sit here, and I can work on it on the side of my car. Since there's only me and the car, I have plenty of room for other stuff. Okay, have a great day, folks.